Well, there's one reason to stay in Easy Hab now and again. I don't have a D-wall in my ride, and exposing myself to the sun and space is bad for my health. I decided to build the credits to get those avalanche coolers with a quickness. If I can jet in there quick before the Nine Tails can organize, I can get away with it, I'm sure. I pick up a number of package contracts outbound to Hurston, and then I plan on snatching up several for the return trip. Here's this last one to Tia's spaceport. Ordinarily, I'd avoid going to Tia's and landing at a major spaceport, but I'll be able to get refueled and repaired if something untoward happens. So, alright. If I'm lucky, I'll have enough credits to make the buy. Let's go to work. You know, it's real easy to walk out of an airlock without your helmet. I'm just saying. Hypothetically, I mean. I heard stories. What? Server recovery? Cue up that music! Let's check to see if I still have the packages. Alright, the packages are still there. But the linkages to the contracts are broken. I can't deliver these. Oh well, no worries. Let's drive on. What's next? So, I take up this search and verify mission from TriStar Private Intelligence. The hope would be that perhaps somehow Alfonso Arancibia is somehow holding on to life, having scavenged an O2 tank and hidden in the wreckage. But the chances are slim. This is mostly a death benefits verification job. Still, I'd like to see legit search and rescue missions eventually. Someday. And that's how I'll portray it. My scan has turned up bad news for Arancibia. 2 hostiles, a Mustang and a Cutlass. And they're coming over to get their wagons busted. I'll oblige.
Weapon systems over. Kill.
Because it's what I would do, I pick up a scan, knowing that there'll be nothing, but one day, there might be. Having picked up nothing on scan, I exit the ship and do a search. In short order, I find Arancibia. Sure enough, he's a goner. I take down a scan of his telesponder code and send it for verification along with an image. His bad fortune is 3,000 credits in my account. I let the package delivery contracts stack up in my accepted folder, and then I get to work. Soon I'm on my way to deliver. Look at these beauties. I've picked up 6 boxes for Kovalex and 1 for an outfit called FTL. 45k worth of deliveries in all. In the 2 hours since I left Olisar, I've clocked about 100 million clicks on my new Jaeger drive, and I'm on my way to Grimhex to slip in and do a little business. Thankfully, there's no trouble and the avalanches are in supply. I pass over the credits and have them loaded up. I'm nervous the whole time, and I waste no time departing. I try and fly casual, I make it to Port Olisar without incident, and I put in an order with the text to have those new coolers installed. And then I check in with the Dumpers Depot. I don't expect anything special, but I'm shocked to find a top-of-the-line Waytech XL1 quantum drive available for just shy of $95K. Well, damn if I didn't just throw down the credits for a Jaeger. The Jaeger, it doesn't compare unfavorably. The papers say the XL1 will do a little more speed, and it spools a quarter second faster than the Jaeger, but it takes longer to cool down and it burns a bit more Q fuel, so it's kind of a trade-off. I'll stick with the Jaeger, not that I got a choice at the moment. And then I'm scrolling through the power plant offerings and I see the Juno Starworks Genoa, which they're claiming to be a grade A component, $150K each. It's supposed to be the new hotness. You can go to a website like Galactic Logistics and you can compare components, but it's hard to understand. For example, the cooling rate on this Genoa is 3 times higher than the Maelstrom. Its thermal mass is 18% that of the Maelstrom and the power draw is 1.75 that of the Maelstrom. But what these figures mean and what's their relationship to observable performance improvement, I can't say. I guess the Genoa is the superior component. At 3 times the cost. Maybe. The work is done, and I've departed Port Olisar for Hurston. My plan is to drop out of queue halfway there and put up my ears, see if I can get a hit off the cosmic deck. Almost immediately I get a message from Constantine Hurston, asking if I'd be willing to come see him in the Lorville Central Business District about an opportunity for work.
Landing complete.
Well, I guess if I'm gonna get the nine tails rattling, I better at least line up some powerful friends, and the Hurstons are plenty powerful. Well, here's the man. Let's see what he has to offer.
Hey, you'll be pleased to know that I gave you an excellent performance review on the last job. Shall we get down to business? Let me check the system. Seems we have a contract available. Here are the job requirements. Have a look.
Alright, so what Constantine Hurston is asking me to do is stage a one-man assault on a probably fortified position, get the goods, and fight my way out for 7,000 credits.
You don't have to read it that closely. A yes or no will do.
But this seems a little extreme. I press the reject offer button.
Sure? It's your call, I guess.
Well, I'm a pilot, not an assault man, Mr. Hurston.
Fair enough. It's not like we're slave drivers here.
Later on at M&V, I give my encounter with probably the least of the Hurstons some afterthought. Something about the man's demeanor. Something slightly rodent-like. I get a ping from a fellow named Eckhart. Folks say he's a regular and an Army vet. Says he has some work for me.
Hey there, sport. Grab a seat. Don't know what your schedule's looking like, but I got a gig. I'll send the file.
I look over the contract. It's a group warrant for neutralization, meaning termination, of 3 individuals who are said to have committed crimes. I think about what Hurston said. Slave drivers.
So, what do you think?
I take a pass with thanks.
You're lost. Talk to you later.
I look up for a camera. That rat bastard Hurston was surveilling me when I went to the showroom the other day. Probably caught me muttering under my breath. I'm sure I'm on camera now, and I don't know what this contract's validity is. Now in reality, in the game, the contract is legit. It's a simple go out to 3 beacons, kill 3 NPC ships, and collect 5,000 AUEC. I've done it before. But the way it's written, look at it. It's sketchy as hell. It's the kind of thing that screams trap to me, especially on a world like Hurston. So, within the game fiction here of this series, I give it a pass. There's one other option here on Hurston, which I'll depict next episode. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed.